Hello guys, Codename Christie here, and yeah, I know I'm already in my pajamas, so sorry. It's half 7, so I'm sorry for my dressing ability. Anyway, here is my top 5 Resident Evil games. Number 5 on my list has got to be Resident Evil Deadly Silent on the DS. It's really a good game, really good. It's actually the original Resident Evil game on the DS, but it's actually called Resident Evil Deadly Silent, or Resident Evil DS for short for Deadly Silent. It's actually the same graphics from the original Resident Evil. It's really a good game, and well, it's not actually that scary, but I keep wandering around the same places in this game, so I keep struggling and struggling and struggling. So yeah, Resident Evil Deadly Silence is my number 5. Number 4 on my top list has got to be Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. I meant, sorry, The Umbrella Chronicles. It is a good game, but it's actually kind of the like it actually has the remake of the remastered for the PS2 and GameCube. It's actually remade in a different way. It actually has the storylines and characters from Resident Evil 0, 1 and 3. And the story and the clips are different than the other games in this game. It's really good, but I think this is just weird because I'll just make this as my number 4 on my list. So Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles is my number 4. Number 3 on my list is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. It's really awesome game. You could actually play as 6 characters in this game, but there's only 3 ladies and 3 guys, and I don't even know what to pick for as a character though. But there is one character that I would always like to be, and that has got to be the leader. Lupu or something? Lupu. Captain Lupu or something, yeah. It's actually a story of it's actually their story of, and they try to capture Leon and Claire and Sherry from the game Resident Evil 2. Just like that. Yep, Resident Evil 2. So it's their story, like this is like Resident Evil 2, but it's their story. Like 6 Umbrella Corporation agents who work there, yeah, are just trying to follow orders from the chief. So yeah, and it's really awesome. Yeah. So yeah, Operation Raccoon City, my number 3. Number 2 on my list is The Dark Side Chronicles. It's really good game. It actually has an extra story, and it's actually the different story. It's actually the remake of Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica? Yeah, Code Veronica. Yeah, this is actually the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica. Yeah, and it actually has an extra story about Gargo or something. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, something like that. Yeah, it actually has another different story about Leon S. Kennedy and Cruiser, Jack Cruiser. Yeah, Cruiser and Kennedy story is actually in this game. So I think it's actually I think that extra story about Leon S. Kennedy and Cruiser is actually you get the point. It's actually before Resident Evil 4? Yeah, something like that. So Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles is my number 2. It's really, really good. And for number 1, I cannot choose between any two of these games, so I just add them together. So the 2 games for my number 1 is Resident Evil 5 and 6. They're really, really awesome games. This story is actually cool. It's actually about Chris went into the BSAA and he has a new partner called Shiva Alma, and all that Chris has to do is actually find his old partner from the BSAA. Jill Valentine. Yeah, Jill Valentine. Yeah, Jill is in this game. It's really good. Yeah, and Resident Evil 6 as well for this game it's actually different. It's actually about an outbreak in Shanghai, and you could actually play as 3. Let me count how many. You could play as Leon, Helena, for their own story because they work together, and the different story you could actually. Yeah, Helena is new into this game. She's a new character, and for Chris's story, you could actually play, as I already said, Chris, or another new character, Pierce. Yeah. And it's different as well. And you could actually play it as Sherry Birkin. Sherry Birkin? Yeah. You could actually really play as Sherry Birkin because she's all grown up in this game. She's like, I don't know, like 17 or 18? Yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I almost forgot. Sherry Birkin's partner is Jake Mueller, who's actually the son of Albert Wesker. His unborn son. Albert Wesker's unborn son. And, oh, you could also play as Ada Wong. Yep. But this time she's alone. She doesn't have any partners. Her story is way, way different. So yeah, Resident Evil 5 and 6 are my number 1. I like these games. They're really, really good. And that's it for my top 5 Resident Evil games. If you like to don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and my friend's YouTube channel, Hebo, and just don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.